There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the February 25th edition of Makers and Movers podcast. Woo-wee. February came, February went. We're in the thick of the end of the week here for you. How is everybody doing this morning? Well, it's fine morning. Remember, if this is your first time here or you're a long time viewer, listener, I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area, along with five things. What are five things that you are going to accomplish today? I think we're in like the 30s today. Pretty decent out. It's sunny. We've got that. We've got water in the tumbler because I ran out of coffee and I thought I had it on the grocery delivery order and I did not. So out of coffee. Next up, what do we got? Five things. We've got a lot of just appointments today going on. So we've got, these this morning, and then we've got our calls, and then we have orders that need to be pulled, and then we've got meetings this afternoon. So that's what we have going on. Now we want to know what you guys have going on because it is Wednesday after all. What's the topic today? Topic today is we are going to one team, one school, right? One team, whole school. What does that mean? We're going to talk about how we can turn that one team order into getting orders from the whole school. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right. Let us check in and see how people are doing. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Jeff, good morning, all. Alania, good morning to you as well. Light crowd here, light comments here. It's a Wednesday. We still hung over from last night. We had a great show last night. Lots of orders, lots of fun. Gave away a cameo. I love when we can give away a cameo. It was like what the ball drop number four. The fourth ball we pulled was a winner chicken dinner. So that's pretty cool. Barb, good morning to you. North Central Minnesota, where it's -4 and sunny. Five things: ETF printing, 3D printing, work on website, sewing alterations, embroider beanies. It's been a busy day in front of her. And hi, Jeff and Alania from Barb. So you guys are filtering in, getting your hellos, doing that. I say, we just get right into the mix of things, right? What do you think about that? Because I think that's a great idea. What do I know? I just work here on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I feel like a lot of apparel decorators treat those team orders more like a transaction. I mean, you get the order, right? So you get baseball order coming up. You print it, you deliver it, you move on. And then what do you move on to? You go hunting for that next team. And then it's just like starting over from scratch time. Well, let's think outside of that, right? One team order should never stay one team order. That really should be your entry point into the entire building. And so today we're going to break down how we can turn, that one successful team store into multiple programs, multiple clubs, and, eventually we reaching school wide on everything. And you're going to do this without sounding pushy and without burning bridges. You know, pretty, pretty standard stuff here with it. Okay. So, number one is let's deliver like you are auditioning for the whole building. When you land one team, you're just not fulfilling that single order. Whether you realize it or not, you are being observed. Parents talk, coaches talk, building supervisors talk, booster leaders talk. Everybody is talking, and your delivery is marketing. And that means, organization, labeling, communication, professionalism, those all matter more than just that speed of getting the order done alone. All right. If the baseball team gets neatly sorted bags, clean packaging, a clear distribution system, and zero confusion, hey, that coach can, become your quiet or silent. How about silent referral engine? If the delivery feels chaotic, you kind of just shot yourself in the foot for it. And, this is where, at home apparel decorators can win because you control that experience, right? you personally. You're not just some faceless supplier. You're just not a salesperson for a larger company. If you treat each order like it's a showcase, people notice. So some examples of this is, if um, sorry, just for a second, but you tell people, hey, I'll have everything sorted by player name, group by team level. So distribution for you is simple. I'll also include a printed summary sheet so you can double check super quick on it. If anything is off, we can fix it immediately. We want this to run as smoothly as possible for you. Pretty good example, right? Another one, I package each order individually so parents aren't digging through the box. That way, your organization isn't just stuck organizing things after practice. Our goal is to make this the easiest apparel drop you've ever had. So, for this action step, we just need to create a repeatable standard delivery checklist and use it every single time. That's it, every single time. Now, number two, hey, how about we ask for those intros before leaving the building? Most apparel decorators, just hope that the referrals happen. You know, Professionals, well, you ask for expansion. When that first order goes well, you don't wait 3 months to check in. You leverage the momentum immediately while satisfaction is high. Coaches and booster leaders, already know who struggles with merch in the building, and you just need to be that bridge. The key is confidence without pressure. You're not asking for a favor. You're not what you're doing is you are offering the same smooth system to other groups in the building. And when that's framed properly, it feels super helpful and not salesy at all. So, how can you do this? Well, you can say things like this, hey, if this went smoothly for you and there are any other teams or groups that could benefit from the same setup, I'd love an introduction. I try to keep everything consistent across all programs. Schools has that clean look. Right? Another one, you know, I'm building long-term partnerships in the school. Just not looking for those one-off orders. Who handles the appeal or who handles the apparel that might want a zero admin store? Right? An email would be perfect, and I'll take it from there. That's all we need. So before finishing any team project, just ask for one direct introduction to another group. That's it. We got to ask. Be the asshole. That's what you need to do. Number three is we're going to build a school look that connects programs. You know, Now expansion that works great when there's visual consistency. You know, if every team, looks completely disconnected, you kind of stay isolated. But if you can sub, if let's cross that, if you can connect programs with, shared color palettes, school marks, sleeve hits, layout structures, something that is a recognizable, it it creates consistency, right? It creates that merch identity that looks the same. It makes administrators, more comfortable approving additional stores. Now, this doesn't mean that you are creating identical designs. It just means that you are, unifying their branding logic. When teachers and leaders see that you understand the school identity and just not team graphics, you become more than a printer. You become the go-to merch partner. And that's how you move from, somebody who prints shirts for baseball to a school apparel resource. So what can you say? Well, hey, I keep the core school branding consistent, but customize each team's design so it still feels unique to them. That way, when families see different programs, they still recognize it as part of the same school identity. Another one, if we build this right, your team merch and band's merch won't compete visually. They're going to complement each other. And this is going to give the school a more unified presence at events. So for this one is we just need to develop, a basic school identity framework, and you can adapt that across all teams. Now, before we get it back into 4 and 5, let's check back in and see what we got going on here. Um, Cindy, good morning from Puerto Rico, living in North Carolina. Very nice. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Jeff and Barb from Melania. Freeze. What is that? What I don't even know what that is. Headphones, little four finger wave. All right, we got that. Renee, good morning. Good morning, Jeff, Barb, and everybody here. 22 degrees, sunny in Chicago, water in the bottle, tea in the mug. Let me get 16 right now. I miss my sunny days. It's sunny, but it's cold. I miss the warmth all the time. Morning, Renee from Jeff. And Brian says, we bag and tag all online orders. Yeah. And so do we. We put it in there where our tags of what's in the bag along with washing instructions. So that's on everything for it. And then we can put the name of a separate tag of who it goes to. Works out great for it. Ah, Chick-fil-A for breakfast sounds good. That does sound kind of decent. I'm not gonna deny that. And this is fashion, baby. Build a collection, cohesive and consistent. I love it. Oh, Cindy, I'm telling you, it's not good, right? Whatever ick is going around. Some drinking hot tea. 5 things. Order thread, fluff bunnies from their vacuum packs, finish runs and stickers, mail jury application, make Alania run. I think Corey has to make an Alania run too. What are you going to get? I think she said something about needing to go. Are you going to Super Target in Devillecourt? Is that where you're headed to? Because I think that's where she's headed to today as well. All right, let's get back into it. Tip 4 is time your expansion around those calendar gaps. You know, if you only chase teams during peak seasons, you're not going to get them and you're going to limit yourself, right? Smart expansion, means looking at the school calendar and finding openings. When fall sports start slowing down, winter's programs ramp up. When athletics dip, clubs, theaters, and academic competitions rise. And that rhythm allows you to stack revenue instead of waiting for seasons. We're working on stores right now for November next year. I love it. They're getting us the stuff. They're ready to go for it. And it's through theater. They already know what they're planning for next year. Here's what we're doing for it. Okay, great. You know, for at-home apparel decorators, this, you will especially benefit from the strategy because, it just smooths production workload. You know what you can handle, you know what your limits are, you know how long stuff takes, and you can schedule it. You're going to look at it and see what fits here, what can I put here, what can't fit here you know and instead of having this everything's coming in at once and then it goes away and then we sit on our hands, we can create those staggered launch windows. So this week a store launches, next week a store launches, and so on and so on and so on. And this is going to make your business way more predictable and easier to manage. The goal just isn't outreach, it's just calendar based expansion. We want to fill all the weeks. So samples of this is now that fall sports are wrapping up, I'd love to help winter programs get a store launched before their events. I can stagger production so it doesn't overwhelm anyone. Pretty easy, right? Another one, hey, I map out school calendars and align stores with event seasons. That way, no program feels rushed and no one feels like they are competing for attention. We like to keep things organized across the building. Right? So, access for this pretty simple. Just get a copy of the school calendar and highlight 6 key event windows that you can target. Not shabby at all, right? That's not hard. Go there. What do you think going on with it? Now, we're gonna wrap this up with number 5 is we are gonna position yourself as the school apparel system, right? Not as a team vendor. What does that mean? Well, this is I think where the real leverage can happen. When you consistently deliver well, consistently ask for introductions, maintain that visual consistency, and align with the calendar, you can really elevate the conversation. Instead of pitching, individual teams forever, you can just pitch a centralized system that benefits the whole school. You know, and administrators, they care about control and consistency and professionalism. And if you demonstrate that multiple programs can run clean online stores under one coordinated approach at the same time, man, you reduce that chaos. And they love reducing chaos. And this is a super powerful position to hold. This is how one team order can turn into school-wide presence. And you really stop acting like someone, who is chasing orders and start acting like someone who is building infrastructure. So some examples is, hey, I've helped a few programs already, and I'd love to coordinate a consistent approach across the school so everyone feels organized. What it's going to do is it's going to keep branding clean and reduce confusion for families and all. Another example, my goal isn't just team by team. I want to become the go-to spiritwear system for the building so every group has support. And this is going to make apparel easier for you. So for this action step, after working with 2 or 3 programs, just request a short meeting with the administration to present a school-wide apparel structure. That's it. Yeah, that's what we're in this for. So, recapping all of this, all right? We're going to deliver like the whole school is watching. We are going to ask for introductions immediately while satisfaction is high. We are going to build visual consistency that connects programs. We're going to expand strategically around the school calendar. And 5, we're going to position yourself as the school's apparel system, not just a one team vendor. Now, if you treat every team order like a standalone transaction, what are you going to continuously be doing? Just chasing that next one. But if you treat each team as an entry point into a building, if you deliver professionally, leverage momentum, build consistency, and align with the calendar, you can turn that one store into multiple recurring relationships. And you don't need a storefront to scale inside a school. You just need structure and confidence. So start with the team that you already have, expand intentionally, and when you're ready to add those premium decoration options, guess who's here to help you? We are. Stones. Just saying. Questions, comments, concerns. We have coming up on Friday. Friday show I think should be a good one. We're going to talk about selling leagues without fighting for the big ones. Without competing with those national brands. So that's what we're going to do on Friday. Any other questions, comment, concerns before we check out of here for the day? Mentorship community year call starts in about 40 minutes. We have that going on there. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share. With that, we're going to get out of here. We got stuff rocking and rolling. You guys got stuff to do. As always, leave your comments below. We read them all. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace, love, press on, and we will see you then.